All right, so if you're anything like I am, I have been super addicted to my phone and I'm just completely tired of it. I feel like I'm wasting my life. I feel like I'm missing out on the important stuff. I mean, I'm a father now. I've got a 2 year old, I've got another one on the way. And every time I look at my screen time on my iPhone, I just kind of get this panic attack where I feel like I'm missing so much of my life. And for one reason or another, whether that's trauma or whatever, I need to stop. And I finally have just started to make this decision where it's like I want to stop putting my face in my phone and I want to start living my life again. And I want to regain some of that time back so I can spend time with my family. And it's made me reminisce so much on the 90s kind of. So I'm 30 and like I was raised in like the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, and it's just I never, looking back, like our parents didn't have these kind of things, right? And they didn't have, I mean, they had TV, they had work, a lot of other things to distract them, but they always just, when I think back of it, I always remember my parents being super present. And you know I try to do the same for my daughter. And I'm tired of missing even just a little bit of her life. I mean, she's grown up so fast, and I'm so ready to kind of regain that information. And the most sobering thing in the world has got to be realizing how much you're actually losing when you're on your phone every day, when you are addicted, when you are uh, even just casually scrolling. If you get lost, I mean, you lose this sense of reality, you lose this sense of time, and you kind of just get sucked in, and before you know it, you've wasted a couple hours of your day on your phone. And one of the most sobering thing is we're gonna do some mathematics here. I brought out the calculator today, and this is pretty basic stuff, but I want you to do this with me with your particular screen time. I don't know if Android has the same thing that iPhone does. If you have an iPhone, look at your screen time, figure this stuff out. Do your numbers, but I'm going to do mine based on 6 hours average every single day. That's how bad my screen time was, and that's a fourth of my day gone on the screens. And I can't live my life knowing that I'm wasting that much of my life on my phone. So 6 hours a day, we're going to multiply that by 365 days a year. That is 2,190 hours per year. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide that by 24, which is hours in a day. And this will give you how many days in the year that you've missed. Holy shit. 91 days. If you average 6 hours a day on your phone for an entire year, you will have spent 91 days on your phone. That is a fourth of your year. That's so painful. I'm 30. Anybody in their 20s, even in their teens right now watching this, please do something about it, because this, well, the 91 the 91 is unacceptable. There's in no way, shape, or form should we be spending this much time every single year, 91 days, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I think I'm going to make a video on what we can do to fix that. There's a certain level of, you know, discipline that you need to have, of course, to say like enough's enough. But I think you really need to understand that your phone and these social media apps are designed to keep your attention on the platform, and we have to do whatever we can get off, or to help ourselves, and to bring back our awareness and bring back our attention to where it needs to be, which is ourselves, our own lives, and the people in our lives. And it is so sobering. I mean, I can't get over that. I will say the things that I've changed on my phone, I still have an iPhone. It's still with me every day, but I've essentially locked myself out of apps. I've essentially shut down certain aspects of my phone that takes away the discipline aspect, which discipline would be ideal, but it takes away any choice. There's simply just no option for me to use certain apps on my phone, and I can show you guys later in a separate video, but I really just wanted to get this concept to you guys that, you know, there very well might be some people with 6+ hours, more hours than I averaged every single day. There's some weeks where I may average 8 hours a day, but I think throughout the year it's about 6 roughly, which is still way too much. So please, if you're watching this, do something about it. Please do something about it, because there are probably people in your life that would love to see you more, that would love to have your attention and your awareness and your focus more. I think there's things in your life that you could address: your health, your fitness, your well-being, you name it. I mean, there's got to be something in your life where if you gained back even an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours a day, I mean, imagine what you could do with just those couple of hours. This isn't about, you know, maximizing your time and time management and stuff like that, which is great, you know, if you really, really need to maximize on the back end. But on the front end, it's realizing that social media and your phone is just a time suck. We're just getting sucked in, and we're just staying here, and we can't do that. And I think once you realize that there are things that you can do, and once you regain an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours a day, it's not really about time management. It's about, what do you want to get into? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to focus your energy on? A lot of that, I mean, you'll realize, like, when you put your phone down and you kind of sit there and you realize, hey, I'm bored as hell. Like, that boredom that you sit in, that boredom that you get from not being on your phone, that sitting in that boredom is where you get energy. It's where you get vitality, and it's where you get ideas and creativity. And if you just sit with it, sit with the boredom. I mean, just like I'm sitting here. I mean, I'm talking to a camera, but sitting in the boredom, I mean, your mind just goes. Like last night, I didn't have my phone on at all last night for the last couple hours. And what's crazy, and I'm not trying to scare you, but I couldn't shut my mind off. Not having my phone allowed my mind to actually ruminate and to create ideas. And I actually was on my phone taking notes last night just to get the stuff out of my head, and just quick notes to get it out of my head. But I just couldn't shut down, because I was like, wow, it's crazy what happens when you don't numb yourself with your phone and social media. And I'm trying to share this with as many people as I can, because it's unacceptable for me. And I'm sure it's unacceptable for a lot of you people. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to do better, that are like me, that have struggled with these issues. And it's simple but not easy to fix this stuff. It's simple but not easy. I think it's, how can we shut down our phones while keeping the important stuff, right? Making sure we still have access to texts, phone calls, emails for work and stuff like that. Don't shut that down. You can have your navigation, right? Your maps, Google Maps, Apple Maps, your banking apps. Like there's still a huge amount of stuff on your phone that's like day in, day out you need to have. I mean, some people can't get into their house without their phone. So like I understand the necessity for the phone, but what can we do with our phones to keep it the necessities? And I mean, there was a brief moment where I even thought I need to get a flip phone. And I was looking up flip phones that had like the basics. I mean, that had like Apple Maps and stuff like that, but still calls, text, basic internet functions. And like that's it. No social media, nothing. I realized that was a lot of work because I have to buy another phone. I have to probably switch carriers to make that happen. I've got to do a lot of stuff, and I figured it'd be easier to just adjust with what I have now. And that worked out perfectly. I had to find exactly the right apps, exactly the right way to do this. And to be fair, I could not be doing this without my accountability partner, because I know myself, and I am so likely to sabotage myself. Not intentionally, but there's my ego and my bad habits. I mean, self-sabotage is real. Absolutely. And without my wife, because I've had to give her access to an app that locks down my phone. It locks down certain aspects and certain apps and tools, just locks them down completely. And the app is behind a password, and I don't know the password. It's like a 6-digit password. I told her to just think of a new one that I don't even know. And the only way I can access these things is if I go to my wife and I say, please, can you help? So it feels good. I mean, I'm not offloading responsibility. I mean, my life has improved since I made these changes. But please, if you're watching this, do something about it. Not for me. Do it for yourself. Do it for your loved ones. Do it for the community. I mean, you don't realize how much better you could be, how much more good that you could do, how much you could be of service to people and do things. And it is amazing, and you don't realize how much you can do until you make the change. So I appreciate you guys watching this video and hanging out with me, but 91 days of your year is gone on your phone if you average 6 hours a day. Just think about that. Meditate on that. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.